came across a drifting ship. I took a look inside. I found a note that someone wrote that said, take her for a ride. I set a course for sights unseen, went out to open sea. To my surprise, a bunch of sailors joined along with me. Now we're sailing on the mystery ship, and all the sailors here are really hip. There isn't any cost of membership, and all you gotta do is join our trip. Yeah, I'm the captain of the mystery ship, and I'm a-calling all aboard this ship. I'm really hoping that you'll enjoy it up on the mystery ship. So bring a friend and come along with us aboard the mystery ship.
So they're telling me that my opening song is overmodulated, which doesn't make any sense. I'm nowhere near the red in any of the VU meters. Of course, it is a very piss-poor recording. I've wanted to re-record it now for well over a year, but there it is. It is what it is. It's the mystery ship. You know what that means. Nothing but potential problems as we... They're saying it's 5x5 on the tube, so hey, that makes me feel better. Looking around just to make sure we're live everywhere we are supposed to be live. We are live at the home of free speech in America. That would be Phil the Foxhole. That's a beautiful thing. We are live at Rumble. We are live at YouTube. We are live at Twitch for a pleasant change. It's been months and months, but we are live there tonight. And we are live where it really counts. At DLive. Okay. There you have it, people. I don't want it to be overmodulated and sound like shit. That's the last thing I want. Good evening, my friends. How are you doing? How goes the battle? Another rough sailing on the ship. I got home about 10 minutes. I got home about 10 minutes after the point that I was supposed to be live on air, so that's never good. That's never good. That's always a freaking drag, to be perfectly honest with you. And then, of course, I needed at least 5 minutes to throw myself together, comb my hair and find a clean shirt. And then I run outside and I find out that my computer is completely shut down. And the problem with that is when there's a power outage in my neighborhood and my computer shuts down, when I fire it back up again, nothing is where it should be. So I have to let it completely fire up, go through all the motions, close down all the stuff, and then I have to do a restart a second time so that my screens are in the right position. So it's already been a challenging show, and it's 6:33, and I've only been on the air for 3 minutes. Isn't that wonderful? Let's get a look at you. Good to see all the different channels populating. Thank you for being here. Over here in Lemonland, I'm seeing Lynn Winters, TL Spud, UPC. What's a UPC? You're going to have to explain it to me. Val Kimber is in the house. Good to see you, my man. Jayla17, what is going down? Bad Zoot. Hello. Yes. We've got some fine sailors turning up over there at... Fine sailors turning up over there at DLive. UPC. I thought that's like that little barcode symbol or something. Who knows? Let's look over here in YouTube land. Let's see who's hanging out over there. Denise. Denise is with us. How are you doing, little lady? Rain Cry in the house. Papa Groovy. Hanging out with Papa Groovy and over at Montagraphs last night. We were taking in my buddy over there. Hey, Miss Q from Down Under. What are you doing, little lady? It has been a minute. Good to see you always. Hope you're doing well. Phil Brad is in the house. Abe Sinclair has graced us with his presence. Yes, he has, folks. James Halloran is now in the house. Well, uninterruptible power supply. Okay, it's the C in supply that threw me off. Okay, you know what? I actually have one of those. It's up in the house that I bought. I spent almost $200 on it, and I've never hooked it up. So I have. You're very right. I need to go find that thing, and I'm going to have to go find that thing and hook the damn thing up. Let's see what we're doing over here at Pilled Foxhole, the home of free speech in America. We have got a number of folks. Paul Thaddeus said he had a 5-hour jam today at his bro's, his 54th birthday today. Well, happy birthday to your bro. That is awesome. A 5-hour jam, that is more fun than a barrel of monkeys. The Texan is here with us. That is a fabulous, fabulous thing to see, people. A mere week ago today, if I showed you a picture of the Texan from 1 week ago today, you would be astounded, okay? You would not believe it. So good to know that he is home. He is home in his own bed and actually getting around. So thank you to the multitudes of you who are praying for our dear brother. He has got a story to tell. He has got a story to tell. We will talk more about that. Revenge O'Doichi in the house. Good to see you. Safety Net. How you doing? You're not fooling me, Lynn Winters. Good to see you. Q&A Holes is with us. Wix Vixen. How is it going? Good to see you. Zoom is with us. Outstanding. Secret Weapon in the house. Another Texan. LT, my brother. How is the world treating you? Good to see you. Good to see you. Prairie Fire in the house. The Owl Flash. Q&A Hole. Mentioned Q&A. Cynthia is with us from Boston. Good to see you. Judy the Lady Pug. Judy. How are you doing? Great to have you aboard. Uncensored Abe. Wow. Now that is awesome. In fact, part of what I'm going to be talking tonight involves Abe. That's the very first time I met Abe. Actually, I think it's the only time I met Abe was January 6th. We'll be bringing that up tonight. Crazy Chuck with a K. Great to see you. Volume way too loud. My volume right now is way too loud. I'm asking around the horn. Is my volume way too loud right now? Well, that's crazy. Doesn't make any sense. Does not make any sense. Wow, that is loud. I am loud. I need you people to guide me. The volume is fine, says TL Spud. Okay. So I was about to turn it down. Okay, that must have been from earlier when I was having some issues first going live. Okay, so we've checked in at YouTube. How about the good folks over at Rumble? We've got Rumblers. Yes, we do. Whoever you are over there at Rumble Land, I know that you are rumbling along with us. It's a pleasure to have you aboard. Thanks for being here. Thank you kindly for hanging out with us at Rumble. So, around the horn, here we are. We're good at T-Live. We are good at Twitch. We are good at YouTube, good at Pilled Foxhole, and good at Rumble. That is fantastic. Let me have a frickin' drink. What a difficult day your brother Zoe had today. Out the door at 5:15 and just getting in the door at 10 after 6. 10 minutes late for even starting my program. It ain't easy being sleazy. I hope you're all doing well. I have a new job. and I'm doing the same job that I always do. I build buildings or I do some kind of construction-related work. But I've been handed a new project. That's what I meant to say. I've been handed a new project, and unfortunately, it's 40 miles north of here. So it makes things a little difficult getting home, especially because we are working until 5:30. So you do the math. I work until it's 5:30. Then I have a 40-minute drive home. The very soonest I can get in my driveway is like 10 after or quarter after 6. So things are just really challenging right now. It's just one of those jobs. We're working 10-hour days, and we're working in a building that is already occupied. People have been living in it now for 7 years, but the building has some very, very serious problems. All of the heating and air conditioning systems are contaminated with horrible stuff that makes people sick. So one by one, we are swapping everything out, and it's just a nightmare of a job. A nightmare of a job. I'm so happy to see your smiling faces. That I appreciate your patience with the show getting up and out of the gate late, as it sometimes does. It seems like there's some kind of, I don't know, some kind of mojo in the air. It's been that mojo, and that mojo that I'm talking about, that mojo it's been hanging with us now. It's been hanging with us for a good period of time. I don't know who's in control of it, but man, there is some bad juju floating around out there. I want to show you something that is just absolutely the most preposterous thing I have ever seen in my life. Let's see. Where do I find it? Okay, here we go. Okay, this is what I've wanted to show you this now for, I can't tell you how long. And the reason I want to show this to you is if I didn't see it with my own eyes, I just really wouldn't freaking believe it. I wouldn't. All of you know, let me go view my channel here for a second. Manage videos, and we want to go right to here. And I'm just going to kill the volume on this because we don't need the volume anymore. Don't need the volume. We just want to get to the end. Okay, here it is. All right, all of you sailors, as you are well aware, like 6 weeks ago, 6 weeks ago, you and I put our heads together. Boy, there is, for some reason, this thing is hot. Maybe if I turn it down there. What the hell is going on here? I think when the computer, when the power went out, something went awry. But let me turn down my VUs here because my voice should not be in the red. And I've seen it in the red now at least twice. Okay. So, 5, 6 weeks ago? Just before, like 4 days before our dear friend Frank, who has a charming little daughter named Aurora, just before her birthday, we had an episode right here on the Mystery Ship where we created this dress for that little girl. Right here. This dress for that little girl. Okay? It is, this is the second time around. Okay? But it is, you can see the little heart. Okay? It's cute as hell. And I was so excited. I ran out. And I went to a fancy Hallmark store. And I bought a very, very nice card. Birthday card. I bought, all that fancy little, that crunchy paper. I bought a beautiful box, not just some cardboard piece of crap. I bought a beautifully decorated box. And I put all that fancy shit in there, and I folded the dress perfectly, and I set it in there just like it came from a store, and I put all the closings on, and then bought a fancy bow and a ribbon and all this. I mean, I wanted this to be a very special thing for this little 4-year-old girl. It took me probably 45 minutes because I had to review 4 different channels, but I wrote each and every name of every sailor. Each and every name of every sailor who was part of that show and part of the redo show. And when she gets the card, did you hear that? The operative word? When. You open it up, and it's a cute little card with a kitty cat on it that has glasses, and then you can, inside of the card are other glasses that you can pop out, and you can wear the same glasses as the little kitty cat on the birthday card for the 4-year-old girl. So I write every sailor's name on it, every sailor's name, and it says, "From to Aurora, happy 4th birthday from all of your friends aboard the mystery ship." I mailed that package. On September the 24th. September the 24th. I want to show you something. I don't think you're going to believe this, but I'm going to show you anyway. Okay? Right here. This is the day I mailed it, which was a Thursday. It was a Thursday, September the 24th. I mailed it. From there, it went to Portland, Oregon. The next day, that would be Friday. By Saturday, the 26th, that dress was in Stamford, Connecticut, which is about 6 minutes. 6 minutes from where our friend Frank lives. 6 minutes. From there, they sent it to Norwalk, Connecticut. Norwalk held on to it for a couple of days, and then they sent it back to Stamford. Stamford turned around and sent it back to Norwalk. Norwalk sent it over to Queens, New York. Queens sent it back to Stamford, then back to Norwalk. Norwalk sent it to Stamford. Stamford sent it to Norwalk. Norwalk sent it to Stamford. Stamford sent it to Norwalk. Now we're into October. Are you believing your eyes? I'm telling you, this is the actual tracking history. So I think it was somewhere right in here on the 6th or the 7th. I called Frank. I said, "Hey, dude, the sailors and I worked quite hard on that little dress. I'm just a little surprised we haven't heard anything from you, because when you got home from Martha's Vineyard, you were going to stop by your P.O. box and pick it up." He goes, "Zoe, I did, man. It's not there." I'm like, What are you talking about, Frank? It's been 2 freaking weeks since I mailed the thing. What do you mean it's not there?" He goes, "Dude, it's not there." So that's when I got my eyes on this tracking for the very first time. And what I did is I pulled out my postal receipt. This is one of hundreds and hundreds that I have. And I looked at the estimated delivery date. And then I looked closely, and I realized my postal clerk right here in Medford fat-fingered the zip code. He meant to push the 3, and he pushed the 6. Because of that. Now, we're not done. This package has now gone back and forth between Norwalk and Stamford, and Norwalk and Stamford, and Norwalk and Stamford for the last 17 fucking days. I called I opened up an investigation 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, I opened up an investigation. I told him exactly what happened. 3 days later, a very nice lady did call me, and she gave me the phone number to the Norwalk station. I thought, this is great. I'll speak to someone in person. We'll get right down to the bottom of this. That was a week ago. I spoke to a nice lady who said she was going to enter it in the computer and that the next time somebody scanned that package, it was going to pop right up on the screen. Wait a minute. We got to change the zip code. Obviously, that didn't happen because in the last week, as you saw, it's gone back and forth and back and forth and back and forth yet again. This is the most ridiculous thing I have ever seen. Now, today, I got lucky again. I spoke to another postal associate, a supervisor, and he said, look, I'm not supposed to do this. I'm really not supposed to do this, but I'm going to give you the phone number to the Stamford, Connecticut postal office. It's a regional center. Nobody's supposed to have that phone number, but I'm going to give it to you. And I had about a 45-minute conversation with the gentleman, and then he said he was going to go looking for the package, and he was going to call me back. Well, he did go looking for the package, and he did call me back, but he said by this time it had already been shipped out again, sent back to Norwalk. I don't know what to do at this point. Did you see it with your own eyes? Have you ever seen such galloping incompetence in your freaking lives? It's just this side of insane. Rick Carmen says, Zoso, maybe now you know why people are drowning in East Tennessee and West North Carolina waiting on the government. Sad but true. Yeah, when it absolutely positively has to be there eventually, says John Otter. I even appealed to their soul. I said, the guy's name was Vincent on the phone. I said, Vincent, this is a birthday present for a little 4-year-old girl, and her birthday was September 14th. That's how long this dress has been in limbo. Can you please promise me you will get to the bottom of this, because you're like the 7th postal supervisor I've spoken with, and no one has corrected this problem. Al, you have my word. I will get back to you. And, to his credit, he did get back to me, but the news he had wasn't good. So tomorrow, I'm going to continue my quest. I now have the phone numbers for both Norwalk, and Stamford. So I'm just going to keep calling them both 7 times a day until I get some son of a bitch who finds that package in his hands and will change the MFN serial number of zip code for me, because this is just absolutely mind-blowingly berserk. It's driving me berserk. I'm not unhinged. I'm not unhinged, but I know people who are, and we're going to talk about them right on the other side of this little break. Carrie Lake, how are you doing? Good to see you, little lady. All right, you have about 2 minutes to run to the bathroom, refresh your drink, take the dog outside, whatever it is you need to do. I'm giving you a little 2-minute break, and then Zoe is going to lose his shit right on camera for all of you guys. I'm so glad you're aboard the mystery ship. Thank you for being here. Welcome. Welcome. Whoa. Whoa. We have a problem.
Why do we sail upon the mystery ship? 'Cause we never know where we'll go next.
This is the time I always want to take a second and thank the beautiful people who come and hang out on the mystery ship. I really don't know where I would be without you. You keep me sane. You really do. Moments like this, when I can't even send a package across the U.S., that make me question humanity. But you know what? You guys always reel me in and bring me home and make me feel all warm and fuzzy. Those of you who support this program a step further by sending a few gold pills or lemons my way, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. And further yet, those who surprise me from time to time when all of a sudden my Cash App explodes or my phone chimes and there's some kind of surprise in my PayPal account, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. But truthfully, the greatest way that you could ever help this show is to simply tell a friend about it, whether it is mouth to mouth, whether it is talking to your neighbor over the back fence, a coworker, somebody leaning over the water cooler at work, sharing it on your Facebook or your Gab Getters, Truth Social, whatever it is. I know that you must be doing it because every time I look up, my numbers go up and there's new faces. And DLive is kind enough to, every time I sign into DLive, it will say, you have 5 new followers, and it tells me who they are. So thank you, all of you. From the bottom of my heart, I don't know where I'd be without you. I really and truly don't. You are the best. You are the best. I want to share with you a little dialogue I enjoyed. So, as I mentioned at the start of the show, I've been assigned a new project. I am a construction worker. I am actually a manager, a boss, a superintendent, whatever you want to call me. I'm the guy in charge. And they said, Al, we got a problem. We got a project up in Grants Pass. We need you to go just make this go away. And we need it done like as fast as humanly possible. So I said, let me see the plans. And I'm up there. And it's basically, as I mentioned, replacing every last little bit of heating and air conditioning inside of a 3-story building that is occupied by businesses. There's a bank downstairs. There's an investment firm upstairs. And we have to pussyfoot around these people while they continue to do their business without disrupting them. A bit of a challenge. I love a good challenge. But as per usual, construction workers have a funny way of getting to the job rather early. And I got to the job, I guess, 45 minutes early yesterday. And I'm speaking to one of the other subcontractors and a young man that works for me. So I really don't even know how we got on the subject, but at some point we started talking politics. And I made the comment that I don't know how anyone could possibly vote for Kamala because the poor girl, the minute her teleprompter goes south, she is at a loss for words. She can't even ad lib. The poor girl can't complete a sentence. To which this subcontractor guy, who is probably close to my age, maybe within 5 years, 5 years younger than me, but he says, well, I'll tell you what, there's no way I could ever vote for Trump because of that mouth of his. And I said, really? I said, now, I'm not going to disagree with you. The man does occasionally come off pretty strong and has some, nasty things to say about people. But when he's talking about Rosie O'Donnell and stuff like that, I think you got to take it as tongue in cheek because, I said, but if you go back a little further in his career, the man is a builder. He deals with construction workers his whole life. He's no different than you and me, brother, except he wears a suit. Okay? He's the guy who hands out the money. And he doesn't come from the toughest part of New York. Okay? He's not from Brooklyn. He's not from the Bronx. He's from Queens. So that he wouldn't get his ass kicked as a young man by the Brooklyn or the Bronx people, you end up being a tough-talking son of a bitch or you get your ass handed to you. So I kind of think that that's why he comes off as sometimes a little crass, a little bit, argumentative. The guy says, no, I'm just telling you, he's an asshole. And that whole January 6th thing just proves it. I said, whoa. Now, hang on a second, Charlie. I said, I want to tell you something. What do you think you know about January 6th? Oh, he told them all to break into the building and break windows and go inside and chase out the congressman. I said, hang on a second, Charlie. Whoa. I said, where did you hear this? Because I want to know. I said, and the reason why I want to know is, guess what? I was there January 6th. I was there when he spoke to us. And I was there when he said to us, all of us, peaceably walk down to the Capitol and give Mike Pence some support. That's what he said. Those were the words out of his mouth. And then a little while later, he tweeted out that we should all just go home. So I don't know where you get the thought that Trump told us to break windows and enter the building, because that is 100% false. I'm telling you, I was there. I saw it. I was there when they threw tear gas at us. We were all standing hand in hands, chanting USA, USA, you know, the closest thing to all of us singing Kumbaya. Well, I don't know about that. I said, well, I do. But what other problems do you have with President Trump? Oh, my God, where do I start? I'm like, well, tell me. So he went on and on about, first he brought up, you all remember Obamacare, the Affordable Care Act that has been labeled as Obamacare. You know, if you didn't have your own personal health insurance and you were entitled to sign up for the Affordable Care Act and chose not to do so, at the end of the year when you paid your taxes, you got fined. I don't remember. I had nothing to do with it. I always had my own personal insurance, so I thought it was somewhere around what, $100, $200. Can anybody correct me out there? I'll try to read the chat on this one. But the bottom line is that President Trump, one of the things he said that he would do was get rid of that penalty. One of the first things he said he was going to do was get rid of that penalty so that if you were not signed up for Obamacare, you didn't get zapped monetarily at the end of the year. So apparently this individual, this subcontractor that I'm talking to, he was signed up for the Affordable Care Act. And the minute he heard Trump say, you're not going to get penalized anymore, he dropped his insurance. He dropped it right then and there. So I guess, now I don't know because I'm just going by what this gentleman shared with me. He said, well, Trump did away with it all right, but he didn't make it very clear because it took a year. It took 1 year for it to take effect. So my wife and I dropped it, and then a year later, we got penalized for it. We had to pay the fine. And he never said that it was going to take a year. He just said it was over and done with. And I said, well, look, buddy, I don't know what to tell you there. I never was part of it. I never had anything to do with it. I just, all I can tell you is you have to pay attention to stuff like that. All right? There's always more and more and newer information coming out. You can't just stay tuned to one channel. I said, I can only imagine that you probably watch, let me guess, CNN, MSNBC? Well, yeah. I said, okay. Well, I watch ABC and CBS, and I said, okay, enough said. I said, you know that all of those stations cannot stand Trump, right? Well, for perfectly good reason. I said, okay, whatever. Clearly, this man suffers from Trump derangement syndrome. And that's fine. That's his prerogative. Whatever. We went through a number of issues. One of his biggest ones. Oh, my God, one of this guy's biggest ones. He goes, so this is what I do. This is what I've always done. I get my paycheck, and I claim exempt. And I save up the tax money, and I pay it quarterly. So that way I get my full check, and I pay my own taxes quarterly, and that way I never have any problem, and I don't get $3,000 back at the end of the year. I get my money all year long. I said, man, that's actually very smart. You're not supposed to use the government like a savings program. They're not paying you any interest on the money that they're taking from you, you should have your deductions in line so that they take out the very least amount of tax possible so that when tax time comes around April 15th, you get zero back. That would be perfect. That's the way you're supposed to do it. This guy says, you are so wrong. Trump, the first thing he did is he passed that tax thing and all of our wages went up. And do you know when it came time for me to pay taxes, I had to pay way more than before. And he was like pissed. I go, now hang on a second, Charlie. I said, you're telling me that when Trump took office, you ended up paying more in taxes every quarter than you did when Obama was in office. You're damn straight I did. I said, okay. I said, well, something tells me that if you were paying more in taxes, you were probably earning more money. Well, yeah. I mean, my salary went up. I started making over $30 an hour. I said, so let me get this straight. You're pissed off that you were making more money than ever before, and for some reason now you have to pay more taxes, and you're angry about that. Why? The guy next to me, the kid that works for me, by this point he is busting up laughing. I can't remember what his other bitch about Trump was, but every time that this guy had something negative to say about Trump, I tried to be like Craig Mason. I tried to be very reasonable, and I explained it to him in terms that I thought he could understand. And the funny thing was I said, okay, let me ask you a question. Obviously, there's no doubt in my mind you have no plans on voting for President Trump, and that's your right. You can vote for whoever the hell you want. I said, let me ask you a question. What do you think about the 15 million people or more that have poured over our southern border in the last 3.5 years? What do you think about them? Well, I'll tell you exactly how I feel. When I was a kid, my very first job was picking strawberries. And, I made like 50 cents an hour. And I remember that. I remember that job. I was 14 years old and I was picking strawberries and I worked hard. And that's hard work. And I can tell you, white guys don't want to do that work. So we need those people. We need those people to work the fields and all of that stuff. I said, 15 million of them? I said, I have news for you. The ones that actually have decided to come here and go to work, they're not just picking strawberries, buddy. They are taking construction worker jobs. They are roofing. They are doing excavation. They are the ones who know your trade are going to be moving into your line of work. And I assure you, they're probably going to work for less money than you. And if that's the case, then sooner or later, your boss is going to say, I can hire this guy for $20 an hour, or I can keep my old hand for $35 an hour. Which one is going to put more money in my pocket? So I'm telling you, my friend, they're not all here to pick the strawberries. And I said, how about this part? When they cross that border, they get a free place to live. They get free health care. They get handed a cell phone. They get handed an ATM card that refreshes itself every month. If the women are having babies, their hospital stay is all taken care of for. And guess who's paying for that, man? It's you and it's me. We are paying for them. So I want to ask you a question. Did anybody ever give you a free cell phone? Did anyone ever give you free health care? Did anyone ever put you up in the Waldorf Astoria in New York City? This guy said, "Oh, you're full of shit. They're not staying in the Waldorf Astoria." I said, "My good man, they absolutely are. They are staying in some of the finest hotels throughout the city." I said, "Now, some of the governors in some of the red states have purposely taken buses and sent these places to these blue cities on purpose. And you and I are footing the bill. They are enjoying room service and whatever the hell they need." This guy just absolutely told me I was full of shit. They are absolutely not staying in hotels, and he didn't believe that they were getting cell phones or any of that. And I'm like, holy cow, where does this guy get his news from? Where does he get his information from? Because this is the most close-minded son of a bitch I've ever seen. I said, "Okay, hang on just a second. I have a video for you. I have a video of a young man, and it's a guy who has been a guest on, quite frankly, show a number of times. And this young man is fluent in Spanish and English, and he goes and he talks to the migrants, and he asks them questions. And he asks the question in Spanish, and the subtitles on the screen tell you in English exactly what the questions are that are being answered. And he asks them things like, so how much are you paying for your cell phones? And they said, "Nothing. Our cell phones are free. They're free. We can talk to whoever we want back home. We can call home anytime we want. Doesn't cost us a nickel." So then the young man asked them, "Okay, what about health care? What if you have to go to the doctor?" "Oh, no, we're all set. We got handed a Medicare card, and all we do is show that, and oh, okay. What about if you want to go to a different state?" "Oh, well, we have this piece of paper, and like right now, if I want to go to California, I just show them this, and I walk right on the plane." So I said to this subcontractor, I said, "Hang on, man. I've got a video of this guy explaining all these things that I just explained to you." I said, "You can see it with your own eyes. These migrants are telling him straight up they're getting free health care, free ATM cards, free hotels, free food, all the best of everything." I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I'm not going to believe videos can be doctored. You can with video, you can make anybody say anything. So I'm sorry. No, I'm not going to look at it. Then we started talking about the FEMA money. I said, let me ask you something else. You're happy with Joe and Kamala in the fact that we've just had this horrendous couple of hurricanes, and a great portion of Tennessee and portions of Georgia and a huge portion of North Carolina and parts of Virginia have been wiped out. These people have lost everything, and they do not have any FEMA money to give them because they've given it all to the people who came over the border. They've given all the FEMA money to the migrants. That is absolutely not true. I saw the woman from FEMA right on television, and she said right there that not a single nickel of FEMA money is going to the migrants. By now I have to take a deep breath, because this individual, he just won't listen. So I went over to the corner and I punched up my phone, but because this guy wouldn't believe a video. He wouldn't believe a video. So I went to print and I punched up, and I can't remember if it came up Washington Post or it was one of the big New York Times. It might have been one of those. And I showed him. I said, "You see this? That is a major news." I think it was the New York Times. And I said, "Do you see where it says FEMA doesn't have any money for North Carolina hurricane victims because it's all been given to migrants?" And he looked at it and he goes, "That's just one man's opinion. I don't, anybody could have made that story up." And I'm like, okay, so you won't believe a video because they could be changed, and you're not going to believe a newspaper, a major metropolitan newspaper, because you say that's just one man's opinion. I said, "What is going to make you believe?" "I told you I saw the woman from FEMA, and she said they didn't give any money to the mine." At that point, we just started talking football. I said, "Who's your favorite football team?" "Minnesota Vikings." I said, "Maybe we ought to talk about football." I really, for the life of me, it's not like, you know me, I am an excitable boy. I am an excitable boy. It was all that I could do to grab this guy by the throat and say, "Listen, you dumb son of a bitch. I want you to go home and study this tonight, and I want you to bring back to me proof of everything that you have just stated, because I'm fairly certain there isn't a damn thing you're going to be able to prove to me." But, of course, I didn't say that. Of course, I didn't say that. How on earth do you get through to somebody who's they have already made up their mind? They know damn well that Trump is the worst, and they're going to vote for Kamala, and oh my goodness, it's enough to drive you nuts. I'm looking for a very specific video, and I can't seem to find it. Hang on a second. It has to be right here. It has to be right here. Really. All right. Well, when you can't find the video that you want, when you can't find the video, oh, there it is. There it is. There it is right there. Okay. When we return, I'm going to open up the phones. And I'm seeking your advice here. I'll be putting the number on the screen, and I'm seeking your advice. I want to know how I'm going to approach this fellow to open his mind, because as far as I can tell, he's already made up his mind. But he's a nice enough fella to where I think I could get through to him. I really do. If I had the wherewithal, I could get through to him. I want to save this man. I want to save him from himself, because he is just completely misinformed. Completely. We'll talk about this on the phone on the other side of this little break right here. Stay with me on the Mystery Ship. I'm very, very happy to have you aboard this evening.
This is Daily Insanity, and you are listening to The Mystery Ship with Zoso Dude 77.
Hi, I am Deborah R., and you are watching The Mystery Ship with Zozo Dude 77.
This is Dribby Doo, and you're on the Mystery Ship with Zozo Dude.
This is Captain Grams, and you are on the Mystery Ship with your captain, Zoso Dude 77.
Hello, this is Prayer Warrior Girl, and you're on the Mystery Ship with Zozo Dude 77.
Hi, this is Awakened Mom, and you are on board with the Mystery Ship with Zoso Dude.
This is Matty F and B, and you're watching Zoso Dude on the Mystery Ship.
This is Rick Coleman. Welcome aboard the Mystery Ship.
I am Bitch Slap Satan, and you are watching Mystery Ship. What else?
This is JLo17, and you're aboard the Mystery Ship with Zozo Dude 77.
You are live with Zoso and the Mystery Ship via Sloan TV.
This is John Otter.
And this is Q Magoo.
And we're watching the Zoso 77 Mystery Show. Oh, Mystery Ship!
You're watching Mystery Ship with Zoso Dude 77.
Greetings, sailors. This is Prairie Fire, and you are rocking on the Mystery Ship with our captain, Zoso Dude 77.
This is Rhett 66.
And this is 94 Winchester. You're on the Zozo Show.
On the Mystery Ship.
Alright, this is Sleeping Stars 91, also known as the Hot Dong Lady, and you are watching the Mystery Ship with Zoso Dude 77.
This is Special K, and you're with us on the Mystery Ship with Zoso Dude 77. And he got
Hey sailors, it's TL Spud from beautiful Clark County, Washington, and you're watching the Mystery Ship with Zoso Dude.
Of course, this is the Batman, your favorite mustache superhero, and I'm here to tell you that we are on the Mystery Ship with our good captain, Zoso Dude. God bless everybody. Peace out from Batman.
Oh, I'm reading all kinds of interesting little quips in the chats right now. The best of which I have to. My brother Lone Uke says, "Zo, do you really think that Trump needs that guy's vote?" And you know, he's right. I mean, I don't think that he does. Give me a half a second here. I want to throw my number on the screen here. All right. Make sure the phone is. Make sure the phone is turned on for a pleasant change. I mean, you're right. You're right, Uke. What makes me think that Trump needs that guy's vote? I hear you. I totally hear you. I just feel for this guy. I feel for this guy because he is so horribly, horribly misinformed. Perhaps my dear brother Rick Carmen can enlighten me on how to approach this individual. Brother Rick, how the heck are you doing? Can you hear me, my friend?
Yes, I can. So, how you doing?
Good. I want to get your volume adjusted because I'm having modulation problems, but I think I have you beautifully. How's it going, man?
Pretty good. Yeah. Your dear friend obviously can't read because it's all on the FEMA website.
It's
how much they donated to the immigrant population in the United States. The best part is read their charter and the federal law that gave them authority. It has nothing to do with illegal immigrants. It's only for citizen rescue.
That was always my understanding.
Well, we all believe that because that's what's in the charter. That's what's in the law that created FEMA. Okay, so, and here they are, their website broadly broadcasts how much money they spent on illegal immigrants. Okay, so.
It lays it all out for one to see?
Well, it's all there. Apparently, your friend can't read. So I wouldn't even talk to him about being a Minnesota Viking fan because, let's face it, the days of the, what were they? What was their nickname?
Yeah, well, I mean, Joe Cap and,
they were the
early 70s since the Vikings are anything of reckoning. Yeah.
Yeah, they were the blue or the green. I know what was their nickname.
The purple people eaters or
Purple
something.
People eaters. Thank you. Okay, they're long gone. Green Bay's been kicking their butt for years, and take a walk.
Hi, Rick. I freaking love you, man.
Okay.
I'm going to do that tomorrow morning. I will pull up the.
There you go.
I'm going to pull up the FEMA
You're
page. And I'm going
moron.
to hand him my phone.
Learn how to read. Yeah. Yep.
Here you go. Can you read? I love you, man.
Can you read? Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for the call,
Take
Rick.
care. Yep.
Take care, my brother. That was our dear brother Rick Carmen out of Long Island. A wonderful fellow. You just saw him in that video. Why, welcome aboard the mystery ship. Is this, I know who this is. What are you doing? What are you doing, Salty? How's it going?
How you doing, brother? How you doing? Hey, I know that my take on things is probably popular enough that people don't want to hear it, so I'm going to keep it above the belt.
Okay.
The short answer is you can't, you won't, and it'll only harm things if you try further. It's the division that was intentionally created that will feed itself, and he will go further from you the more you try and tell him that the grass is green.
So, in other words, my job site will suffer from it.
The only thing I could recommend is that you give him a URL to go watch videos, like go over to pill.net, go watch all this content, or go over to Rumble and look at this content creator. And, it's not about this, but it's about a whole bunch of other things. It's very interesting. I like it. I have a great time watching it, and I think you would too. At least do me that favor, and then I'll leave you alone.
In other words, put the ball in his hands and say, "There's the field, baby. Run with it if you want."
That's it. I've tried till I'm blue in the face. I think you know me as a testimony of somebody who's tried to convince people of what's really happening.
Yeah.
And then there's, like I typed in your chat, there's 99.99% of the people on Foxhole believe that their vote actually counts. And that's why I had to kind of fade away. It's like, you're not going to get through to them. And you can only love them and be their friend. Other than that, you'll just cause more division as intended.
Yeah. I hear you. I loud and clear you. Always appreciate your point of view, Salty Nuts.
All right, take care.
Great to hear from you. Bye.
See you. Bye-bye.
Our dear brother Salty right there, and man, he's right. He's right, Give him the ball, show him the empty field, tell him there's a touchdown down at the end if he cares to go run and score, but it's entirely up to him to open his mind, because somebody like me probably is not going to be able to do it. It's just what amazed me. What amazed me most was his. He was so absolutely positive about his facts, particularly the January 6th thing. And so when I told him, buddy, I was there. In fact, this is the shirt that I wore when I was in Washington with my friends. TL Spud, it is always a pleasure to look up and see your smiling face on the phone. How is it going?
My face is smiling. How did you know?
Because that's the kind of guy you are. Your cup is always half full.
Oh, I try. Listen, real quick, I want to make this quick. So, I agree with Salty in the fact that there is nothing. you can say. There is nothing you can, in the physical, do. The only thing that will make a person with that level of traumatic conditioning is really what it is, because remember the stages of demoralization. He's been through the extreme demoralization, then he's been through the extreme destabilization process. And there's very little, there's nothing. There's basically nothing. His mind is completely captured. No, it's true. He's complete, and this is not. So I'm getting to a point here. Completely captured by, as Elon Musk would say, the woke mind virus. I would put it slightly different. He's completely captured by evil.
Yeah.
Completely captured by an evil demonic force. What's the guy's name?
Glenn.
Glenn.
Yep.
Can I do something real quick?
Absolutely.
And then I'll get off the phone. I'm going to pray for Glenn right now. Are you ready?
Amen.
Father in heaven, I lift up Glenn to you, God. I lift him up, God, just as a representative of so many in this country, Father, who've been deceived by the enemy, been deceived by evil mind-washing, brainwashing. Lord, I pray that you break that spirit of deception over him by the power of Jesus. Not by any other power, but by the pure power of your name. That you crush that deception. That you break it entirely, and that you not let him be destroyed by it, God, but you fill him with your light and your peace. God, we know you can do this. We love you. You are the chain breaker, Jesus. We thank you and we praise you. Thank you, Father, and we pray in the name of Jesus Christ.
Amen, my friend. That is, dude, you are a freaking rock star.
Well, I'm not, but God is ultimately good, and I'm telling you, you got to believe. You don't just believe in your power to get things done. You believe in the power of Christ, who is the Word, who holds the very breath, who holds the very molecules together, who spoke and nothing became everything. He is the one. He can do it. If you believe in him, you trust in him, and you can make things happen in that power when you align with his spirit. And he doesn't want people to be in bondage. And so that's why I agree, and I ask you to agree with me, that be broken over him, and that he would be able to take a breath of fresh air of truth. That's what I'm saying.
Amen, my brother. TL.
I'll let you go, Joseph.
Always a pleasure to have your call. Thanks so much.
God bless you.
Take care. That's our buddy TL Spud. I mean, that is, he just nailed it. He just nailed it. If I can't do it, I sure as heck know that God can do it. Well, welcome aboard the mystery ship. I think I know who this is, and he might have a 10-gallon hat.
Hey, brother, man, good show tonight. It really is.
Folks, this is our dear brother, the Texan, literally less than 48 hours out of the hospital. Welcome aboard, my friend. Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah, man. And man, thanks everybody for the prayers and the thoughts. And I got to. Anyway, I've been trying to catch up with it all. You folks are amazing. I really appreciate it. And anyway, I didn't want to call in and talk about me, but I know a lot of people have been worried about me, and I really, like I said, I can't thank you enough. And I do like that prayer that was just said, you know. Anyway, there's the... Well, I'll let you talk about that in a little bit, what you and I got coming up.
Yep.
You know, it wasn't too long ago that I was doing this job, you know, where I had to deliver these Peterbilts, remember?
Oh, yeah. I remember it well.
And I had to fly back, you know, so I was flying coast to coast and border to border once to twice a week. And, of course, all kinds of people, you know, running across. And sitting next to just, you know, the most liberal piece of junk you ever seen in your entire life, can't stand Trump and all that, and blah, 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 blah. And anyway, so I've had these conversations, and so one thing that I've realized that really helps me to communicate with somebody like that, especially if you have to work with them.
Yeah.
it's just like this. I've even pissed people off on the foxhole before, but you can't deny what I'm saying is not true. Look, I've got a problem with Trump. You can start out like that, saying, I do. I have a problem with Trump. He's done some shit that I don't like.
And I said those exact words to this guy. I said I really didn't like his stance on the vaccine and stuff. I said so. I pulled down the hatch to my truck where it says, I have a bumper sticker that says Republican, and there's a little box that you would normally check, and Democrat, and the little box, and then underneath that it says awake, and that box is checked. And I showed that to him. I said, you see where I'm coming from, buddy? Yeah.
But see, it's you're both set. You know that the battle lines are drawn. You know, and you know it's already. It doesn't matter. You got to find the common ground first. See, and I'll tell them. I say, look, I don't know if you care for weapons or not. You know, but I don't like how Trump attacked the Constitution and the Second Amendment by edict, like he was a king. You know, he just overnight banned bump stocks, so that made me an automatic felon overnight. You know, and I talk about the stuff like that, the mistakes that Trump has made. You know, and then his, you know, and being a truck driver, he took away our tax write-offs for over-the-road, you know, independent drivers. That cost me a shit ton of money. Everybody talks about what a great businessman he is and taxes and all this. And okay, well, it's true, but you know what? He ain't perfect. If you start that type of conversation there, then you might be able to find some more common ground where he can actually drop his defenses. You see what I'm saying? And then you can actually start having a real conversation and start listening to each other instead of talking at each other.
Yeah, instead of talking at each other, find some common ground and then drive the first stake there. You know, you got to build a foundation, but you got to do it finding common ground, not coming from polar opposites. I agree. I agree.
And the absolute truth is, and people can pull their hair out and cuss me out all they want, but the truth is, Trump is the reason why we have these red flag laws popping up in these damn states right now. He started that shit, and he was even on video saying, take the guns first and then have due process. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember him. Yeah.
So, no, look, you know me. I'm not a Republican, and I'm not a Democrat, you know. I'm a Texican, damn it. I'm an American Texan. And I'm serious, you know, I don't give a damn what your party is, you know, and I'm going to call your bullshit out for what it is. But he is, as far as foreign policy goes and everything, he's a man for the job, and for a great economy, he's the man for the job. You know, he's also done some shit that I don't like, where he supports, you know, search and seizures of a private property out there on the highways. I mean, I can go on and on and on.
Oh, yeah.
Shit I don't like about this dude. But at the same time, the founding fathers weren't perfect either. They were imperfect men, but they had a vision, and they were guided by divine, you know, divine guidance. Well, I'm trying to say, I'm running out of breath. But by divine guidance, these imperfect men tried to build the most perfect republic that this world had ever seen, and they were very successful at it. And even the founding fathers went, "We're going to go fisticuffs, man."
Oh yeah,
you know?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, some of them hated each other.
But for the love of country and for their countrymen, they did find the common ground, and that's what I'm trying to say. Approach him with that, dude. Approach him with that and see if that changes things for you.
I like it. I like that idea, my friend. Tex, it is always great to hear your voice and your perspective. You always bring it on home, baby. You always do. I look forward to our show together on Friday. We'll talk more about that here in just a little bit.
Yeah, if I can. But yeah, definitely. We'll talk about that later.
Love
you folks, man. I do. Thank you so very much for the prayers and the concerns. Trust me, I felt it. It worked. God is great. Jesus Christ is Lord and Savior, and you folks are amazing. God bless you guys, and I'll see you down the road.
Please give our best to Miss Texan, too. She's been through the ringer as well.
Miss Texas told me to tell you hello. I forgot to say that.
That's all good. It's all good. Thanks,
All right.
my man.
All right, brother.
We'll wrap that up. Bye. That is my dear brother, the Texan. One hell of a red, white, and blue patriot. Well, this ought to be wonderful. I wonder if I'll get a word in edgewise. Willie boy, what the hell are you doing?
Hey, I'm glad my buddy Hoss is doing all right. Yeah, tell him to fucking not stream and heart attack at the same time. Jeez, oh, Pete. Oh, I'm glad you're doing better. So glad to hear his voice. Man, like, same shit everywhere. So what do you think of the Pentagon's allowing the Army to shoot citizens? I don't know. What do you think about, I don't know, ivermectin cures cancer? What do you think about, I don't know, I'm just thinking tonight. I'm thinking that my wife is pretty good, and I'm trying to figure her out. Oh, kid, how you been? I was talking to an alien in California, so please excuse me.
It's all good. It's all good. I'm coming along, Willie.
What do you think?
I got rid of my boot. I have a foot brace on, and the foot is healing. I'm doing my exercises, laying in bed at night, my physical rehab, and
toe to heel to toe stuff. Nice.
Yeah.
All right, well that's good. I'm still going to like 100 more doctors with canceling and not canceling, and going back and forth to the wife. I don't even have a chance to go to the doctors, but whatever. I'm good enough. I went to a place today. It was so nice. I got a giant load of. Will you ever see one of them moisture meters?
Oh yeah.
We stuck it in the wood we were getting today, right? And like firewood is like good under 20. I had 18, 15, something, whatever. Got to hold my truck all loaded up today. I'm going back tomorrow with my brother-in-law, right? He's 74 years old. Cut all the shit up, right? And they just needed me to help to, lift a couple of them over. And then he helped me load the shit up in my truck. And we're going again tomorrow for my nephew. Yeah, so life is good. We're getting free firewood for my house.
Fantastic.
I mean, it's a 30-mile ride, this and that, and I don't know.
Willie, how far are you? How far?
I heard Bret Bart loves Camilla, and black guys are getting free weed and going to start, dealing drugs on the street.
Willie,
that's the greatest thing ever, right?
Tell me, how far away are you from Norwalk, Connecticut?
35 miles-ish, 40 miles maybe.
I may have to call upon you to go and rescue Aurora's dress.
Wow, how'd it get into Norwalk?
Dude, I wish I knew. I mailed it to Greenwich, and they keep sending it between Norwalk and Stamford, and it's been.
What to do, man? Due diligence. He's the post.
I know.
I don't know. Well, that's. I could. What are you telling me? The dress is lost.
It's lost in the mail. Two post offices keep sending it back and forth to one another instead of delivering it to a third post office 6 miles down the road. It's
this weekend I could do that. I got my little gas mileage car. I could go down there and do that, and it would make a thing for me. But yeah, it's a ways.
All right.
It's like whatever, however. But so I'm glad your ankle's doing better. Let me do a update on the wife's sprain. Right?
How's she doing?
Well, we're okay now. We're stable or whatever the fuck. Right? But yeah, events happen, shit happened, crap happened, right? And guess what else? We don't fucking know. And we're gonna finally figure it out. And maybe we're gonna know, but maybe we won't know. Oh yeah, so I just wanted to get that straight, because, it's just like, yeah, we know we don't know, may happen. Oh boy, man! But it's we're stable, I guess, is what you say.
Always.
And she's doing pretty good. It's
Awesome.
like fucked up. No, she had a brain bleed. I remember. I don't know if I told you, Rob, or something fucking happened.
We will continue to pray for her, Willie.
Yeah,
I want to
no
try to sneak in.
question.
I want to try to sneak in one more call, my man, before I call you.
Hey, I'll let you go, kid. And I want you. Did you see the aurora borealis?
No, it
I
didn't
wanted
make
to
it
ask
down
you
to
the
my.
question. I saw it here at my house, right?
Yeah.
You don't even see it this low.
I've been
and
keeping
then,
an eye on
the
it.
other thing, did you see the comet that's in the west sky? All right. Well, look at this space, man, and look at the sky, and don't forget 2024, Trump, or we're ended.
Love you, brother.
I don't know what else to say.
Love you, my friend.
Drago's doing better, kids. Later, bye.
Our buddy Willie Fix It. Willie, the inimitable Willie Fix It. There's only one Willie. Now, somebody else was just calling. I'm going to let them ring it. Ring it one more time. Go ahead. Give it hell. Even though I'm going to take the number off the screen, I want you to ring it. There it is. There is our caller. There is our caller. From the 559 area code, we have ourselves a caller aboard the Mystery Ship.
Lynn Winters.
How are you doing, darling?
I just want to say, if I had anything important to say, of course, all those words and all those thoughts were taken right away from me by the two callers prior to Willie. And I think we all need to re-pray everything that TL did. That was the most perfect prayer ever, and that's the situation. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic, not democracy, for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. That man is not going to get it. Trump derangement syndrome is on the same side of the stage and of his head as the Holy Spirit is. So until you can get him, does he believe in God, I wonder?
The one thing I do know, Lynn, is that I might not be able to convince him, but God can open his mind.
Yes.
That is a fact.
And the only reason why I would think that you would even care at this point, besides wanting to be right and prove to him that you're right, so just drop it, because you're not going to get through to him, is that he's lost in so many other ways that he needs help. He needs the Holy Spirit. He needs to not get another vaccine because obviously he's gotten too many and it screwed up his brain. So I'm just saying, there's a bunch of stuff to be angry about right now and to be confused about right now, and that you're not. The fact that he doesn't even believe you about you were there on January 6th, oh my God.
I know.
Then forget it. We'd have nothing to talk about. But I mean, it's unfathomable how much of that stuff is on the same side of the screen, and it's cloaked by politics. I just got to say, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. And until the Holy Spirit walks into the room and you're being quiet and you're listening, you will get nothing. So all we can do is pray exactly how TL just did right now. That was perfect. And everything was. And everything else that was said right after that in the Texans call as well. That's all we need to know about your friend.
It is a beautiful, beautiful thing.
And
Great to talk
I'm
to you,
sorry
Lynn.
to waste any more of your time. I'm going to click on the treasure test right now.
All right. Good luck. Good luck.
Okay. Thank you. Love you. Bye.
Our dear sister Lynn Winters right there. Lynn Winters. Wonderful. Wonderful to have her aboard. I want to thank everyone who has joined me this evening. I do want to talk about Friday night. Okay? Now, my dear brother, the Texan, who you heard him. You heard him live on the air. Those of you who know and watch the Texan with any regularity, you could very easily tell that although he's in a very positive mood, you can tell he's nowhere near running 100% right now, okay? He's, for God's sakes, the man almost had a quadruple bypass. He died twice on the table. They shocked him 10 times with the paddles to bring him back. 2 times. 2 times he went to the other side. He shared it with me. This coming Friday night, the Texan and I are going to have a sit-down chat about exactly what happened to him, and he's going to share with us. He's going to share with us what it was like to meet Jesus, because he met him. He died and went to the other side. And I invite you to please come and join us. Now, the Tex and I we've only exchanged a couple of texts about this. Normally, when the Texan and I do our show together, the big show, the music show, it is exclusively on the Foxhole. But I reached out to him just before my show, and I want to confirm with him later. This time, I would really prefer that we do it on my channel instead of his channel, because I'm broadcasting to 4 other places, more than the Foxhole, and this is such an important message. It needs to get out to as many people as possible. One way or another, keep your eyes peeled. I'll be posting during the day on Friday, and I will keep you apprised as to where this is going to go down. But I assure you, Friday night, the show with the Texan and myself is going to be something you're not going to want to miss. He is going to share with us his innermost secrets. The man died and went to the other side, and he's going to tell us what happened. I'm going to be riveted. So Friday night, keep your eyes open for us. Keep your eyes posted for the Texan and Zoso Dude. Okay, please come and watch us. I really want to broadcast it on YouTube and DLive and Twitch and Rumble, and I want as many people to see this as possible. So I'll have to talk to the Texan about that. In the meantime, the wonderful people who have donated and supported this channel tonight, I love you. I just released the darn treasure chest, and I forgot to look up and see who won. So who won? Let's see. Looks like Bad Zoot must have been one of the winners. Who else? Who else won? I can't tell. I didn't. Damn it! I didn't see it. It was right up in front of me. I didn't stop to read it, and I clicked out of it. So whoever you winners were, congratulations. Congratulations. Willie Fixit says it wasn't me. Well, meanwhile, over here at a little place called Pilled Foxhole, the foxhole.app or pilled.net, we have a little thing called the Scratchin', and I am going to release that right now. So the Scratchin' is hereby released. Let me shout out some names of the wonderful people who supported this program this evening. That would be Judy the Lady Pug, Secret Weapon, Uncensored Abe, Due Diligence, Patriot Party Pod with the ship, baby, Foxy Lady, whoop 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 whoop, and Due Diligence again, coming in with another grog. He's heading back to the office, then heading home. Boy, that is a post office worker for you. Always kicking ass, always doing the best he can, always giving it his all. That's what kind of fellow he is. On all of the channels, YouTube, DLive, Twitch. Hey, we had Twitchers tonight. That is an awesome thing. Yes, we have people at Twitch tonight. Good to see you, Maddie F and B. Great to see you. The people at Rumble. Look at all those people at Rumble. Yes, we're in double digits at Rumble. Hey, all of you and the wonderful folks at YouTube, thank all of you for being here tonight. I really, really do appreciate it. Thank you to all the callers who called in and made it quite an interesting show. I really have to agree that prayer is probably going to be the most powerful way to get through to this individual, but also, as my dear brother the Texan pointed out, finding common ground. That too. That's the foundation you lay when trying to get through to a poor individual. Anyway, thanks to everyone. I do very much appreciate all of you being here. Wow, another Wednesday. Again, let me invite each and every one of you, Friday night, please come and find me on Friday night for my chat with the Texan. It is going to be one you are not going to want to miss. For those who do not know, or somebody who just tuned in late, my dear brother, the Texan, had just gotten home. He got home from the hospital 2 nights ago. After being in there over 10 days, suffered a massive heart attack and died twice and was brought back with the paddles. He's going to share his story with us. He went to the other side, and he's going to tell us all about it. Friday night, you're not going to want to miss the show. It's going to be freaking amazing. Amazing. I love each and every one of you. I love each and every one of you. I've been getting some slaps on the noodle lately from the powers that be, and I really don't. I'm just starting to get some bad marks over there in YouTube land, and I don't want that to happen. I don't want to lose my channel. I'm treading on thin ice. So tonight we're just going to leave with instead of my normal song, "Ride, Captain, Ride Upon Your Mystery Ship," tonight we're just gonna sneak on out of here with some gentle waves, okay? And perhaps a horny manatee. All right? Some gentle waves and a horny manatee. Folks, I love each and every one of you. Thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. Please come back Friday night for the chat with the Texan. This is going to be big. This is really, really going to be special. Find out what it's like to go to the other side and come back. He's going to let us know. Until then, God bless, my friends. Take care. There's a couple people I would like to ask you to pray for. One, please continue to pray for a dear brother, the Texan. He is nowhere near out of the woods. He might be home, but he's got a long haul ahead of him. A very, very long haul ahead of him. One of our dear sisters, her name is Yvonne Seven. Yvonne Seven is recovering from a hand surgery. Pray for Yvonne Seven, that she heals up good as new. Our dear sister, Leah Worth. Leah Worth takes care of her mother. Her mother's gallbladder just burst. Please, please pray for Leah's mom. She is an elderly lady, and it's all Leah can do to take care of mom. So please keep Mrs. Worth in your prayers. A young woman named Carrie, who's been diagnosed with 2 different types of cancer, has a very young family, young children. Please continue to pray for Carrie. And folks, please pray for our country. Please pray for our country. I love each and every one of you. Have a great, great, great rest of your week. I'm so glad we did this. Please come back again Friday night. We're going to have the Texan. It's going to be freaking amazing. It's going to be amazing. Please come and join us. I will see you on the flip side. Damn it, everything was going perfectly until I looked up and I realized that instead of clicking on the work monitor, I clicked on my logo. So let's just try that again. One more time with feeling. With feelings, with feeling.